Hi friends, and welcome to Storytime for the week of December 27th, 2020. I'm Miss April, the youth librarian at Janaden Hutton Public Library, and you may be wondering why I'm wearing this amazing party hat on my head. Do you know what happens this week, Thursday night into Friday morning? Are you aware? Are you aware of what we'll be celebrating? Last week we celebrated Christmas, and this week we celebrate New Year's! Yeah! See, that's a time for making noisemakers and wearing really fun hats and maybe goofy glasses that say what the new year will be, and next year will be the year 2021 or 2021. We're going to talk about things that have to do with celebrating a new year today. So I have two songs for you, a book, and a really, really fun craft to do today. So if you'd like, let's get started. Do you know the theme to Row, Row, Row Your Boat? Well, we're going to cheer, cheer, cheer the year. Are you ready? We'll just cheer, right? Cheer, cheer, cheer the year, a new one's just begun. Celebrate with all your friends, let's go and have some fun. Clap. Clap, clap, clap your hands, a brand new year is here. Learning, laughing, singing, clapping through another year. Then, I wish I had a bell. I don't have a bell, but I have our craft, which is a noisemaker. We'll pretend it's a bell, okay? Ring, ring, ring the bells, ring them loud and clear. Let's tell everyone around the new year is here. Happy New Year, boys and girls. I'm so excited to celebrate with you. I have a very large book that we're only going to read the first chapter of today. I'll show it to you. Put it right in front of my face. It's called Frog and Toad Together. And the first chapter of it, this is the first time I've ever done a chapter book in Storytime, but I think the first chapter of it is a really good theme of things you do in the new year. So let's read it together. It's called A List. Do you make lists? I make lists. I make grocery lists. I make to-do lists. I make lists of the books I read, which, by the way, at the time of this recording in 2020, not including the stories that I've read to you in Storytime and all through the COVID online story times we've had, I have read 80 books this year. I don't think I'll make it to 100. That would have been amazing. But maybe by the end of the year, which is pretty darn close, maybe I'll make it to 82. That would be so exciting. All right. Oh, I didn't give you a chance to answer. Do you make lists? Maybe lists of your toys? I make lists of lists I'd like to make. That's the kind of list maker I am. But let's read a list. One morning, Toad sat in bed. I have many things to do, he said. I'll write them down on a list so that I can remember them. Toad wrote on a piece of paper, a list of things to do today. Then he wrote, wake up. I have done that, said Toad, and he crossed it out. You see the picture of Toad making his list? Then Toad wrote all other things on the paper. A list of things to do today. He had wake up, which he crossed out. Then he added eat breakfast, get dressed, go to Frog's house, take walk with Frog, eat lunch, take a nap, play games with Frog, eat supper, go to sleep. There, said Toad. Now my day is all written down. He got out of bed and had something to eat. Then Toad crossed out, eat breakfast. There, you see Toad's list and you see him crossing out, eat breakfast as he's sitting at his table. Toad took his clothes out of the closet and put them on. Then he crossed out, get dressed. Toad put the list in his pocket. He opened the door and walked out into the morning. Soon Toad was at Frog's front door. He took the list from his pocket and crossed out, go to Frog's. There he is, getting dressed and crossing it out. And then up here, yes, he's going to Frog's. Toad knocked at the door. "Hello," said Frog. "Look at my list of things to do," said Toad. "Oh," said Frog, "that is very nice." Toad said, "My list tells me that we will go for a walk." "All right," said Frog, "I am ready." And there is Frog and Toad. Maybe Toad's crossing off go for a walk. Nope, not yet. Frog and Toad went on a long walk. Then Toad took the list from his pocket again, and he crossed out, take walk with Frog. Just then there was a strong wind. It blew the list out of Toad's hand. The list blew high up into the air. "Help!" cried Toad. "My list is blowing away. What will I do without my list?" See him? There's his list blowing in the wind. "Hurry," said Frog. "We will run and catch it." "No," shouted Toad. "I cannot do that." "Why not?" asked Frog. "Because," wailed Toad, "running after my list is not one of the things that I wrote on my list of things to do." Frog ran after the list. He ran over hills and swamps, but the list blew on and on. At last, Frog came back to Toad. "I am sorry," gasped Frog, "but I could not catch your list." "Blah," said Toad. "I cannot remember any of the things that were on my list of things to do. I will just have to sit here and do nothing," said Toad. Toad sat and did nothing. Frog sat with him. After a long time, Frog said, "Toad, it is getting dark. We should be going to sleep now." "Go to sleep?" shouted Toad. "That was the last thing on my list." Toad wrote on the ground with a stick, "Go to sleep." Then he crossed it out. "There," said Toad. "Now my day is all crossed out." "I am glad," said Frog. Then Frog and Toad went right to sleep. Why would I share that book with you? Do you know, boys and girls, that often in the new year, grown-ups and sometimes kids make things called resolutions? That's where they decide something that they want to do or want to change about themselves, and then they try very hard in the new year to keep that resolution. So maybe there's something you would really like to do this year. Maybe it's come to the library. Maybe it's play hide and seek with my mom and dad, or you're grown up at home. Maybe this year you're hoping to get straight A's at school, or if you're old enough for that, or make a new friend, or like me, beat last year's goal for book reading. So if I end up with 82 this year, that means I need to read at least 83 in the new year. And maybe, just maybe, you can take some time today or tomorrow or whenever you watch this video to make a list with your grown-up at home about the things you would like to do in the new year. And if you do that, I would love to know about them. So you could call me at the library, 740-254-9224. You could email me at april@janadenlibrary.org. Or you could even bring your list in to the library and show me the things you want to do this year. Maybe, and it's kind of early to plan, maybe you want to participate in the summer reading program and be this year's biggest reader. That's fun. And when you are this year's biggest reader, when you are the biggest reader for the summer reading program, you get to have your very own billboard at the library. It's a bulletin board here in the juvenile department. And I put your picture there if your parent permits it. And we put all kinds of fun things about you to share with the library patrons because you're the biggest reader and you should be celebrated. All right. Are you ready to sing one more song with me? And then we'll make our really fun craft. All right. It is a sing and repeat song. So I will sing and then you will sing what I just sang. We're going to do it twice, okay? Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Let's celebrate, let's celebrate. Goodbye to the old year, hello to the new year. Hooray, hooray, hooray. And you say, hooray, hooray, hooray. Ready to sing one more time? Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Let's celebrate, let's celebrate. Goodbye to the old year, hello to the new year. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Oh, did you sing with me? I hope you did. All right, I already showed you what our craft is going to be today, but let me show you again to remind you. We're going to make noisemakers for New Year's so that when that clock strikes 12 and we begin the year 2021, we can make some noise and sing our song. Oh, what's that song? Should old acquaintance be forgot? Do you know that song? It's called Auld Lang Syne, and maybe you could have a parent help you search that on YouTube and you can hear it for yourself. We sing that song traditionally as the new year begins and we make a lot of noise. So let's make our noise maker. I dropped a supply, so I'm going to grab that real quick. And then I will show you what you need today. Okay, to make our noise maker, you need, oh, I just dropped another. Goodness gracious. I set my supplies too close to the edge of the table, which was really irresponsible. You need a toilet paper tube, or if you want to make a big one, you could get a paper towel tube. You need some aluminum foil. You will need something to put inside of it that makes noise. I am using these tiny little straw bits that are pieces of straw that are cut up because I like them. Let me see if I can show you on my palm. They're hard to see. They're these little itty bitty pieces of straw. But you could also use beads. I got beads in there. You could use dried beans. They make very good noisemakers if you happen to have dried beans at home. You could use maybe little pebbles or stones or marbles if you have those, but be very careful about how heavy it is because your foil will rip, okay, if it's a heavy item. These little pieces of straw work really well. If you have plastic straws at home, you can snip them as well and make your own if you don't have them. And you will need something to decorate these with. So I have some colored paper. There's a bunch of different patterns in here, and we'll pick a couple in a minute. And I have washi tape. Washi tape is excellent to use for this. You could just use washi tape if you wanted. I have glue sticks to glue my colorful paper to my tube. If you're using paper, you'll need that glue stick, and you'll also need some scissors. You may need the scissors to cut the tape as well. And I have a marker in here just in case I need it to for my foil. And let's see, I also have some other tapes. I'm not going to use these today, but if you have colorful tapes at home, this is a colorful duct tape. This is a painter's tape. You could use those if you wished. Okay, I'm going to set those aside because I don't need them. And I have a little paper for when I glue. A little scratch paper. I'm going to move my camera down so that you can watch me work. It's a little easier to see. Me and my work in front of me. Oh, goodness. Give me my computer out of the way. Okay. Are we ready to make our craft? I think I'm finally ready. I've got everything here. My scissors there. And I'm using a toilet paper tube. So the first thing that I want to do is get a little piece of foil for the ends. It doesn't take much at all. All right, and then I can put the foil out of the way because I don't need it any longer. I'm going to fold my foil. And I'm going to fold it again. And hopefully this will be big enough. Is there a hole in that? All right, we'll be sure not to use that part. Okay, then I'm going to take my tube and stick it on top of my foil. And I'm going to use my marker to make a circle around the foil, but not right up against it. I need to be able to fold down my foil over the edges just a little bit so that I can secure it. So I'm going to make a bigger circle, as best of a circle as I can. It does not have to be a perfect circle. And I do not draw perfect circles. Okay, so I have a circle, as you can see, somewhat of a circle, and then I'm going to cut it out. Now, I folded this twice because this is very thin foil that I use at the library for crafting. It is not a nice thick foil. If you have a good heavy-duty foil at home, you may only need to fold it once and have two pieces. But because my foil is so thin, I'm going to give it an extra layer so that my straw pieces don't come through the foil. All right, so I cut out my circles, and then I'm going to cut, there's two here, and there's two here. See how there's two layers? Okay, so I have 2 and 2. That I can use them on. I'll set this one aside because I don't need it yet. Then I'm going to set, actually we'll put it on the top, be a little easier. Put this up there and I'm going to fold it down over top. Now if you have bigger pieces of foil, you could secure it with a rubber band if you choose. I am actually going to use this awesome washi tape and wrap it around and make the washi tape a part of my decoration. Okay, so as you can see, I put it on. Let me see if I can get that up there to you. I never know how to turn this. I put it on my toilet paper tube. And now I'm just running the washi tape around the foil and around the tube and doing my best to, oh goodness, it's not going very well. Sometimes this happens. Put it on there and keep it on there. Okay. Let me get that over there. All right. I blew in it because I flattened my foil down a little bit too much. And I need to be able to get it over the lip. not going very well for me today, boys and girls. You ever have one of those days when things just go wrong? Best thing you can do is just keep going on. Okay, I've almost got it. Almost got it. I think I got it. And I wrap it over a little bit on the washi tape. It's already on there. And fold it down. And it held. Very good. Now, if you wanted to, okay, you could go ahead and decorate the rest of your tube. I'm going to fill mine and put my top on because if you can tell from this, I like things that are even. So I have washi tape, paper, paper, washi tape, paper, paper, washi tape. I'm just kind of silly like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fill mine with my pieces of plastic. And it doesn't take a whole lot. Just a couple of handfuls will do. Put my hand over the top so you can hear it. See? That's enough. Then we're going to take our other piece of foil and put it on and take our tape again. And do the same thing. I'm almost there. This side's going much more smoothly. All right. And I will snip my tape. Finish wrapping it around. And now you can hear. Very good. So now we need to pick a couple of colors to put on our thing. I like this one. And let me see if I can find another one in here that might go with it. Or maybe not. It doesn't really have. Ooh, what about this green? Do you see that green? I like that green. All right, I'm going to pull that out. And then just going to cut about a 1/2 inch strip. And then I'm going to do it again. Might be a little under 1/2 inch. I'm not sure. And that's all we need from there. And we can set this over here. And then it's time to glue. So I think I'm going to use the green first. So I'm going to set aside my striped pieces. And I'm going to get a glue stick, which is right here. And I'm going to pin it down a little. I don't need my scissors anymore at the moment. I'm going to need them in a second to put on more tape. And I'm going to give the entire length of this strip a good amount of glue. And then I'm going to put it on my noisemaker. And just wrap it around all the way to the end. I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing to this side. So I will get my other green strip, give a good amount of glue to the entire length of it, and put it around my noisemaker. And then I think I'm going to use my striped ones. So once again, we give it some glue. Oop, I gotta give myself more glue on my stick. Down the entire length of the strip. and I will put it on my noise maker. And one more. You can decorate yours however you wish with whatever materials you have. If you need materials, come and see me at the library. I will be happy to give you a kit. I sure would. Final one on there. Then you could either leave this space, or I'm going to put another layer of washi tape. You know what? I think I'm going to use the polka dot one. Why not? It'll be very colorful. I'm just going to put it all the way around that middle. Yes, I am. I am almost finished. And there you have it, my friends. I have a noisemaker for New Year's Eve, so that I can celebrate. Woo! And these are so quick to make. You can make one for everyone in your family. Everyone can have a noisemaker. It would be really neat if you had like the little bells. You know, those little tiny bells you can buy at craft stores, or maybe even Walmart, or possibly even like a Dollar Tree. That would be a fun thing to put inside of a noisemaker, I think anyway. All right, my friends, thank you for joining me today. I'm so happy that you came. And if you made the craft with me, I would love to see it. You can email it to me at april@janadenlibrary.org. You can post it to our Facebook page, or you can send it to me in Facebook Messenger through our Janaden Hutton Library Facebook page. Just have your adult at home. Search in Facebook for Janaden Hutton Public Library. We are the only one in the world. You will find us. I would love to see your craft, and I hope you have a very happy new year. When I see you again, it'll be 2021. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.